taking the time to answer my question. So let's start with one of the latest products we have,
Okay.
the pheromone production.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't know what this is, can you give us a brief introduction on what this is and what can guys expect with this?
Okay. Pheromones are a naturally occurring hormone that your body secretes. They're undetectable by smell, however, your subconscious can sense them, and they are detectable to your brain. Commonly, they're used for mating. In mammals, they commonly excrete them. The purpose of this MP3 is to stimulate your body's own pheromone production to increase the amount of pheromones you do produce so that the opposite sex will take note of them. The technology basically works by asking your subconscious mind to secrete the pheromones using subliminal messages, thereby bypassing your critical mind. So,
Let's see. Okay. Now, after looking at the product, there's I think five different MP3s that you have.
mhm.
And so, can you just give us a brief introduction of each of these MP3s and what they do? What they
Sure.
expect?
Sure. The pheromone product, the purpose of that is to instruct your subconscious mind to increase the production of pheromones in your body so that you secrete them more. The psychic pheromone production one is just a twist to that. It's to give your pheromones a bit of a psychic charge. That's more interesting for people who have an interest in metaphysics or people who are into psychic activity. Either product is equally effective. Just one happens to resonate more with a certain type of individual. Testosterone increase, that's pretty much, I said,
Yeah.
it's designed to increase your body's potential amount of testosterone that you have without having to take steroids or anything ridiculous like that. I believe the other one is the psychic thought forms. That's an interesting one. It's very effective. Basically, it instructs your subconscious to emit thought forms. As we know in basic Eastern religions, thoughts are looked upon as being living things. So when you think of an idea or you think of a thought, it's actually not something that's within your mind. It actually is with a part of your auric field, and it actually goes outwards. But you can actually concentrate these thoughts into energy, like energy bubbles that go out looking for attractive women and then attracting them toward you. So that's basically what that product does. And it's basically it's a new take on a really, really old spin that basically is practiced in many religions in the East. So,
And I think the last one is called the sexual magnetism.
yes, sexual magnetism, that's just to increase your own sexual magnetism, your own sexual energy, your auric field, where you become more of a sexual being, where you emit that sexual energy that other people respond to.
All right. So now, normally, how long would it take for someone to get the extreme results that you talk about when purchasing this product?
The extreme results usually take about a month, sometimes 2 months at the most. But you see, you have to keep in mind here is that when you start using this product, you have to pay attention to the nuances and the changes that you notice in people. Because just because someone is really attracted to you and really, really wants to have sex with you does not necessarily mean that they're completely free of the social constraints. As I spoke with you and myself and other people who first use this product, usually within the first week or 2 weeks, you begin to notice nuances in how people affect you or how they interact with you. Perhaps women will be more nice to you. Perhaps you'll notice that women are taking a longer time to look at you, or they'll be trying to extend conversations, or perhaps they're going out of their way to do things for you.
Right.
Now, on the surface, this may not really seem that relevant, but if you pay attention to what your normal experience was in the past, you'll see this is the difference, because women are starting to sense an attraction toward you. They know there's something about you. They know that they want to be with you. However, in their minds, they're still conflicted with what's going on. They're not really quite sure how to make of it. And they're also they might be married. They might have a boyfriend. They might be afraid of losing their job. But as you continue listening to this and your body starts to increase more and more pheromones, it gets to the point where the women just don't care anymore. They have to take a chance. It's kind of like I always use the metaphor of if you have an itch in public. Have you ever had a really bad itch? Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, it's like when the itch, say that it itches in your butt, your crotch, or somewhere embarrassing. When you first start off getting the itch, you're kind of like, oh my God, I'm itching, but there's no way I'm going to scratch it in public, right? Because it's just embarrassing. But after a while, the itch becomes so powerful, you're just like, I don't care, I need to scratch it. So it's the same thing with these women. When it first happens, they're aware of it, but they might have some resistance because of social pressure. But after a while, it just gets to the point where they just can't resist it anymore. So,
Wow, that's pretty crazy stuff.
yes.
So the question is, what if someone were to keep listening to this? Would the pheromones just keep increasing and
Yes.
increasing, or would
After 12 weeks, if you keep listening to this, I believe it's 12 weeks. If you keep listening to this for 3 months, it will become permanent. And you'll no longer have to listen to the MP3s. It will just do it by itself unless you reprogram it differently. So,
I see. So again, that was my next question: is how long would it take for it to be permanent? But as far as the results to keep increasing, like again, we talked about some of the extreme results that one could get.
mhm.
Say, you walk into a bar, supermarket, what have you.
Yes,
Uh, is there a certain point that this is gonna like level off, or is this just gonna keep incrementally increasing and increasing?
it'll keep incrementally increasing as long as you keep using it. So,
And so the 12 weeks is when it becomes. It's after 12 weeks that you can say, okay,
it's
I can
permanent.
listen to it. Or
Mhm.
if I wanted to increase it,
Yeah,
you would do
just
it too.
yes, yes.
Um, Interesting stuff. So now, what is the minimum required listening time?
Minimum required listening time. I would say at least once a day. That's bare minimum. If you don't really like the music, I would say just play it on the no music version in the background when you're reading or something, or just play it while you're going to sleep at night.
Okay.
It doesn't really take. It's designed so that it doesn't require your conscious participation. So,
Yeah. Now, because I've read about a lot of ways that you could listen to subliminal.
of course, optimally though, optimally. I mean, if you want to play it on loop while you're sleeping, that's even better. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, because the three or four different ways. You have one where you're, let's say you're reading a book and you've got it playing in the background.
yes,
You're listening to the TV, you've got it playing in the background, or you're asleep.
yes.
Which is the most effective?
They're
Or
all,
does
they're, um, I'd say they're all equally effective. I'd say because they're communicating directly with your subconscious mind. Listening to it while you're watching TV, while you're reading a book, I'd say that listening to it while you're sleeping is marginally better. But
Mhm.
if you don't want to do that, it doesn't make a difference. So
Okay. So when it comes to like the silent MP3s,
yes, mhm.
uh, does it matter how loud? Because there is some white noise that's there.
It doesn't matter because you're speaking about the subconscious mind. Is that it responds? It hears things you don't hear. It basically hears all the messages, no matter how loud or how soft you play it. The subconscious mind is also capable of taking a message which is played backwards and then rearranging it so it's played forward.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's how powerful your mind is. So basically, your subconscious hears the messages.
Yeah, and because that was one of the questions is because it's a weird feeling when you're playing the silent MP3
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and you can't even listen to the white noise
Mm-hmm.
and you've got the TV in the back. You're asking yourself, wait a minute, is this even working?
Oh, yes.
So so the question is, do I even have to be able to hear the white noise in order for it to be working?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because again, these are some of the questions that people have sent us.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna, is gonna help. Again, these are really dumb questions, but can you pause the MP3 and come back to it, or does it
Yes.
diminish the effectiveness?
If you can pause the MP3 and you come back to it.
No, and that's just fine because I know in traditional hypnosis you can't just pause a session and come back.
Oh no, this is different. This is completely operates without your conscious participation. So it doesn't matter if you pause.
Oh, okay. So, you could technically have like an iPhone in your pocket and just have it playing all day, and it
Yes.
doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah, except for you might run out of your battery juice, but
Yeah,
you can do something.
that'd be the
Yes.
only side effect.
Yes.
um, okay, so here's the next question then. If this really works the way that you claim it to be,
Mm-hmm.
if this can really turn someone into that, I guess, Casanova type
Mm-hmm.
figure, then how come I don't see other companies or people selling it? How come I don't see this on TV? How come I don't see this in other magazines?
I'd say that's a complicated question. You can answer it in two parts. One is it is sold by other places. It's just underground, like niche markets, like the same people who are specialized to attract to the site. Not everyone believes in hypnosis to begin with, so it's not really accepted as a mainstream idea. So, but these other sites do this. It does exist. You just have to look for it. And secondly, it just goes back to the society that we're in and what we're indoctrinated to believe as reality from day one in our educational system and what we accept as true and as the norms. Do you know what I mean? So that's probably why more people don't know about it. But I mean, generally speaking, only the general population is unaware of this. This information actually is very, very known by marketing departments. I encourage you to spend some time with anyone who's in marketing, public advertising. I don't mean someone who just got out of college. I mean someone who's been in the industry and is making a lot of money. They're completely aware of the subconscious. They're aware of subliminals. That is why there were some laws made a while back which made using subliminal messages on TV illegal, because that's how effective they are. And I'm sure you're also aware of the back, I believe it was in 1970 or 1960, when subliminal messages were first introduced to the public, and I know about them, movie theaters used to always use them to increase their concession sales, like literally by 40%, 50% in one city. But then afterwards, the public became aware of them and it became illegal to use them. So the technology, it is acknowledged to work by science, and it is proven to work by science, but the reason why the public is not aware of it, that's a completely different story.
Okay. So I guess the saying of, some guys get all the girls is, there's something missing to that one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That guy maybe knew something else.
Yes.
The other guy didn't. Okay, so you're saying that once the results kick in,
yes,
at its full capacity,
mm-hmm.
that I could walk into a bar at work, what have you, and without me even saying anything, I will have, women come up to me, not only want to talk to me,
mm-hmm.
but to actually have sex with me.
Yes. Well, the women who are inspired by how beautiful and how attractive you are. So you have to keep in mind that when you go into a bar and you see a beautiful woman who's really sexy and hot, right? I mean, do you have what it takes? Do you have the courage to go and talk to her? Maybe if you've had a few drinks, or if you just say, "What the hell?" I mean, but
so, some liquid courage, yeah.
Yes, the women that you'll be attracting are the women who have no problem with going up to you, or the ones who just feel so strong they feel compelled just to talk, be like hypnotic to them. So I'd say initially it's only going to be the ones with the confidence, but I say after the 3-month period, or maybe 2 months, when it's really kicked in, it's going to be all women. It won't matter who it is, they'll just come and talk to you. So.
Okay, so now we've really talked about how, for someone, let's say, who's single,
yes.
How would this product work for someone who's in a relationship and who, wants these qualities, but doesn't necessarily want, to actually go out and have, sex outside of their relationship? How would this improve the relationship of someone that's, in one right now, in a monogamous?
Actually, I'm not really sure it would, because, you're going to have a lot of other women hitting on you, and I'm not sure your partner's going to go for that. So.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing it would probably work for your partner, whoever's you're with.
Oh yeah, she'll definitely find you attractive, but so will every other woman you're around. So.
Yeah. So is it really that simple of a process? Like all I really have to do is watch TV and just play this once a day, or while I'm sleeping?
Oh yeah. Did you know that? Yeah, I think a lot of this. Unfortunately, we live in a society where we're just not taught about the human mind, and the information that we are given is so archaic and so backwards that people they have no idea how powerful it is to send a message to the subconscious. Did you actually know that? Literally in a movie theater, they used to actually put subliminal messages playing in the loudspeakers on white noise, so you couldn't hear them saying buy more popcorn, buy more food. literally, their sales would jump like a 40% spike in one day, then continuing to spike another 10% each day. I mean, your subconscious hears this. I mean, it's just a message, and it's just something that people are not aware of. I mean, pheromones is just the beginning. You could basically take this anywhere you want to go. I mean, I'm considering offering a product where the message is sent to the person's partner, or like, hey, you can bring women home and then play this in the background and basically instruct them that they're in love with you. The options for this are limitless. I'm telling you, this knowledge that we're using, it's so old. I mean, it's just people are not aware of it. I mean, go talk to any marketing exec, go do some research in subliminal advertising, or even look in the I believe the National Security Agency recently released some documents about the experiments they're using with subliminal messages, and they've done some things that would blow your mind. I mean, so it's already scientifically proven. It's just that the public's not aware of it.
Wow. So I mean, armed with this, really, anytime you go to a bar, you go anywhere else, the other guy doesn't really even have a chance.
Not unless he's got some edge, like some kind of pheromones himself, or he's got something. But usually, no one really has a chance.
I mean, safe to say you'd be in the top, 90%?
Yes.
By doing this. So obviously the next question is, where can we get this product?
You can get it on the website. You just go to www.hypnosiserotica.com. It's available in the online store.
Okay. Right. Well, thanks again
Sure.
for taking time. It really cleared a lot. And for those who are listening, if you do have any more questions, just don't hesitate to hit the contact us and send us an email, and we'll get back to you.
All right. Sounds great.
No, no, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.